Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Love Alchemy Tarot. I have a new microphone, so if I sound clearer, that's why. If I sound louder, that's why. I noticed a muffling on a couple videos ago. I don't remember which one. And it's not a new microphone. I've had it. I've actually got it because I was thinking about doing a podcast, and I just never used it. So, here we go. It actually seems to be working. So I think I've gotten the groove of how I'm going to do my readings from now on. I think I'm going to continue doing the combination yes, no, plus readings. And also I think I'm just going to do pick a card. Like I'm going to do general readings within the pick a card reading. So starting in a couple weeks, I'll probably do a general reading, short, for like a message for everyone, and then break down into our groups for pick a cards. I'm probably only going to do 3 groups unless I feel guided to do more, but that's really what I'm picking up on, doing 3, maybe 4. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But with that being said, I'm just gonna get into the reading. This is 1, 2, 3. And I'll give you a minute to think about it. The reading, I'll give you about 30 seconds to pick your pile, and then we'll get into the reading. Okay, starting with group 1. Your message, if you want it picked a yes/no question, is your situation will improve. So whatever's going on, it'll improve. You don't have an exact yes/no. Blessed is your wisdom oracle. I'm using I forget the name of this deck. I'll put it in the description, but it's sold out. So this is the Hanged Man from this deck. It's another darker deck. I'm sorry. I gravitate to these. And then this is Judgment in that same deck. I picked out just the major arcana. I don't like the minor arcana in this. I'm actually going to move these out of the way. There. Okay. Werewolf, exploring wildness. I'm going to adjust this. I think there's a huge glare, and it could be the candles I'm burning. That's the first time. Your healing message is nurture. Actually, I think I am. I think I'm gonna. And then from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle, we have centering again. I've gotten that a couple times for you guys' reading. So I think what's meant for this group, and I feel that the focus is healing your heart chakra. There's something coming up where your actions have been there's going to be a resolution for things that have happened, whether they're good things or bad things. You're going to get a resolution for it. But I think some of you are kind of tied up about how things went down, which is normal, but I think you're really, really thinking and about how decisions that you've made, choices that you made, that they may not have been the right ones in regard to a particular situation. So maybe you're worried about that. That's what I'm getting from these 2 cards here. And with the werewolf card, the tagline is exploring wildness. So I think that whatever choices and decisions that brought you to this judgment moment here, that it's part of you learning as a person. You're supposed to explore that, to kind of figure out what decisions that you're going to come to. And nurture, I feel even more that you're supposed to nurture that exploration, that spirit. It's a very childlike and creative spirit that if you're in certain fields, it's necessary. I feel even as an adult human, it's a necessary thing. We're always learning. We're never not learning. And blessed, I think that this situation, it's a blessing. You shouldn't feel that, I'm trying to think of the right word, that this is a bad situation you're in. It's probably a very challenging one, but you are blessed to be in the position that you're in right now, if you think about it. And you should take action accordingly. I mean, be cautious and be careful. Keep on exploring, but I feel that this is, without you doing the exploration and the nurturing of yourself, you couldn't have gotten to the point that you need to be. And I think in the middle of all this is centering. You just need to remember to stay grounded, so while you're out here exploring the wildness, you don't get lost. You're nurturing yourself and exploring the wildness. You don't get lost. You don't forget where you're going, and you don't lose your path. You come back to what you're supposed to do here, this judgment thing, so you can move forward. That's what I'm getting for you guys. And what the situation will improve, I'm really feeling that. Maybe, I don't want to, like, the best analogy situation I can think of is maybe something happened and you just kind of did your own thing for a while, and you feel in your heart that was what you needed to do, but according to everyone else, you had other responsibilities and duties, and you just couldn't abide by that for some reason. I feel that you needed that time. For whatever reason, you needed that time to go explore. You needed to nurture yourself. And you just have to remember, but now all the things done during this time, it's coming to a time where some decisions are going to be made. Whether that's a court thing, whether that's, a family or financial situation, there's some decisions being made. I think that, however this happens, it's going to be okay. It may not seem that way now, but it's going to turn out okay. Just center yourself, listen to your intuition, and make the right decisions. I'm not saying be reckless at all. I'm just saying make the right decisions, which you think is good for you. And I think you'll be all right. It'll get better. Okay, now we're going to go on to group 2. All right. This is group 2. So the stones. Your yes/no answer is in the near future. Your wisdom oracle is orphaned. You've got the death card and the world in this deck. I like that, but this is the world card in this deck. You have forgiveness and reducing your burden. You have growth. You have grace. And I really want to say that I said this earlier about, and I may have not published the video, but I was talking about, no, I did publish the video, but it's the video they just published today. At the end, I talk a little bit about some of the decks that I use, and I mentioned that whenever I see this grace card, it's come up for me in a couple of instances, and it usually means to trust that person. So I think some of you guys are questioning whether you need to trust somebody or trust the situation. This is a card that, to me, it's indicating more to the yes side, more to the positive side. So take that into consideration if any of you are doing that. But now I'll get into the actual reading. So I'm going to repeat that again. In the near future, orphaned, forgiveness, reducing your burden, growth, grace, and the world and death. So what I'm getting here is that a situation has come to an end with the death card, but you are going to see that this situation here that happened, the transformational period that has happened in this card, is going to lead you to the world. It's going to lead you to everything that you wanted towards the end. It may take a while to get there. In the near future, I think, is more referring to the opportunity or what this death card is referring to. That's what I feel. I don't feel that it's the world portion. I think this is still a little time off, like maybe 6 months, maybe a year and a half, 2 years. I think this is a little bit off unless you guys are at the point where you've already been through this transformational change period. I feel for a lot of you, this is still coming up in the future. So I'll just say that. There's somebody that you need to trust, or a situation that I don't want to say need to trust, that you should consider trusting. You should, maybe somebody you didn't think was trustworthy, but they actually are. Try to look at people for more than, I don't want to say grudges, but I feel that some of you may have a certain view of certain people, and that person is somebody that could be the key to you moving on to the next step, but because of your bias against them for whatever reason, you're not seeing the opportunity there. So I think that's important for some of you guys to know. I get the growth card, and I think that feeds into that. You need to grow as a person to not hold that grudge against that person. Let's just say it's somebody that, this is an extreme example, that one of your significant others in the past cheated on you with, and it's somebody you now work with. You don't want to trust that person, you don't want to deal with that person, but they know something or can do something for you that nobody else can. But you have to grow, get over the situation, and talk to them. It may not even have them doing anything for you. You just need to talk to them. You don't even need to have them, pull a favor for you. They may just have information that you need. And also, I forgot that I pulled this card, but the forgiveness card, I really think that's what's going on. There's somebody in your life, or somebody that you may not even, that's not even in your life normally, that you need to forgive and open up your hand here so you can embrace the grace. So you can embrace what's coming into your life. Like, they're kind of like, it's the block. It's the block. You have to grow and forgive first before, I don't know what it is. I'm not picking up on that. I'm just feeling that it's somebody that has wronged you in the past, has harmed you. It may be something really serious too. What I'm getting is you have to forgive, or at least to the point that you're cordial with this person, that you're on platonic, like a work type relationship with this person, so that you can get the things that you need out of the situation. But it requires you to open your heart and grow and be open to it, because if you don't, this person cannot give you won't be able to fully utilize what the information they have, or whatever it is that they have that's useful for you. You won't be able to really understand and use it until you realize that and forgive them. And with orphaned, I feel that you feel like you were left out in the cold, like feelings you were left out in the cold, and you just didn't know like what to do with the situation. And that's what I mean by this person that you may need to go to. They may have really hurt you. They may have really caused you emotional harm. So that's what I'm getting for this. This may not resonate for all of you that pick this number. I feel this is a very specific message for some of you that know that this is you, you'll know. But I would say, keep moving forward. You have something wonderful waiting for you in the next 6 months to 2 years. You just kind of have to open your hands and reach out to this person or this thing. There's something blocking you, and it for you to get here, for you to get the opportunity, there's some growth that you have to do in within yourself first. So there's some shadow work came up a couple of times in the other readings, but I think it's just some shadow work. There's some forgiveness that you have to do. Maybe you're the type of person that holds grudges, and that's something that you really need to get over right now. Maybe it's something important for you to reach this world moment in the business or whatever it is that you want to do. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But that's what I'm getting, and I felt I really needed to explain that because it's a difficult concept to explain in simple, like in small words, short words. So there's a reading for that, and I'm going to move on to number 3. My cards, so they don't get burned. Okay. These were the crystals on top of that. So your yes/no answer is if you believe. Deep knowing. The High Priestess. I actually love, this is one of my favorite cards in this deck, and I mentioned before, and I'll probably say it again, this deck, I pulled out the Major Arcana, and this is the Emperor in this deck. Again, I really love the Major Arcana in this deck. I don't like the Minor Arcana, so I only use these, but this deck is sold out. I will find the name and put it in the description, but this deck, last time I checked, was sold out. I'll see if she's restocking though. Owl. Wise seeing and wise action. Get clear. Some of you got this message a couple PickACards ago. Purity. Okay, for the guys in this group, I feel that this is more of a spiritual, protective, moving forward message. And your guidance for the yes/no was if you believe. And the deep knowing and the owl being the wise seeing, wise action, I feel that there's something intuitively that you know that there's something intuitively that you know that you're trying to get to the bottom to, or get out. Let's say you have some type of gift, some kind of something that you can use to help people. Let's put that for example. Something that you're trying to express. Maybe you're a writer. Maybe you write healing words. Maybe there's something of that nature going on. There's something within you that you do know and is valuable to other people in this world, but you have to believe in yourself that your message is important. You have to believe that what's going on, that it's valuable, that your words are valuable, that you are valuable, your gifts are valuable. And this High Priestess, again, with the knowing and the owl, this is tapping into your higher spiritual power. The High Priestess, to me, it means kind of the pinnacle of divine feminine and spiritual power and the knowing and just working with the moon. And I believe Moonstone was on top of this pile, actually. So the Empress often, and I could be mistaken, can be connected to Isis. And Isis is often connected to the cycles of the moon, moon cycle. So I got that in a message a couple readings ago, that some of you may want to look into working with the moon. Maybe that'll help you set your intentions and get clear, because getting clear is part of manifesting and really directing your energy, whether that is your personal energy for working or your spiritual energy for setting intentions, law of attraction, stepping in your personal power. Similar. This is very similar to the Halloween message that I had. And the Purity card, to me, means that you're coming at this from a pure heart. You don't have any bad intentions. This is a pure thing. That's not something you should be afraid of. It's a gift that you should work on and cultivate. It's not a gift that is bad. It's not anything that you should be afraid of. You have a gift for connecting to the world or connecting to other people, and you need to embrace that, is what I'm getting. And the get clear is the how are you going to get there? How are you going to do it? I think you'll find much power in formulating a plan formulating how you're going to get clear so that you can bring the knowledge that you have here out. You can like hearken to the owl. And again, when I look at the owl, I think of ancestors. I don't know why, but I think of spirit guides and ancestors. So there will be people guiding you through this. And the deep knowing card, you know what to do. You know what to do. You just need to do things like meditate and I've mentioned this before, take salt baths. If you're into taking spiritual baths or herbal baths or just soaking in the tub, do that. Connect with water. Drink good food. Drink lemon water. Drink fruits and things of the earth. Like, I think that'll be very beneficial to you. This Emperor card, I feel it's you standing in that. It's masculine energy, but I think it's you standing in that. Getting the Emperor and the High Priestess together, to me, means a lot of spiritual power. Like powwow power. And that with the deep knowing, I think that you guys need to really, really, really dig into your spirituality or counseling services or practices, things that you project to other people, because I'm feeling very strongly that you are talented, you have gifts, and you need to step into that now to start cultivating it, because it's going to prove very useful for you in the future. So there's your reading. I did change, I don't know. So people were asking about my nail polish. This is bad. I'm going to redo these actually. So in the next video or this video, I'll tell you which one this is. This is OPI. I forget the name of it. The other one I was wearing in my other videos was China Glaze. I also forget the name of it. I think I went back and linked it in the video. So if you're curious about the nail polish I was wearing, that's where it's at. I'll link the stuff. And yeah, that's it. I hope these messages find you well, guys. And I will have more messages up for you, and yeah, we'll keep this going, and we'll kind of do this format from now on. All right, peace.